Hi everyone, welcome back to the Fuzion Bakery YouTube channel. Edmonton's best bakery.
Absolutely.
We're going to call it Edmonton's best bakery. Even though we're not open yet. Edmonton's best bakery, Fuzion Bakery in North Edmonton. Canada's favorite pastries and baked goods is what we're going to be talking about today. Some of these on the list I've never heard of before and never tried. So you're going to have to, get your Google fingers ready and start looking up some of these desserts and trying them. And maybe, just maybe, when Fuzion Bakery is up and rolling and we've got things going, we might have some of these key 10 favorite Canadian desserts on the menu as a special, as a feature, going on and on and on. So you guys can enjoy them. You just have to go to Fuzion Bakery, either order it online or come into the shop and get yourself one. So we always start our videos off with a quote. So I'll start that off with another one from Les Brown. When your why is big enough, you will find your how. That's very, very good. So I know that when I was starting my business, why was very important. Why did I want to start it? Well, I want time freedom and financial freedom, right? I want to provide a good life for my family, and I want to make a difference helping businesses stay alive in Canada. We need our small businesses. Next, here's a statistic for you, or a fact rather. Recipes for strawberry shortcake date back as far as the 1600s. That's a long time. Early versions often use a Native American method of bruising wild strawberries and mixing them with cornmeal to make a sweet bread. Today, shortcake is usually made with biscuits, unless you grew up eating sponge or pie crust shortcake. Every camp is adamant that their method is right. I love strawberry shortcake. It's one of the desserts my mom would make regularly. We'd either use sponge or you'd buy those little discs that are made specifically for strawberry shortcake. She'd buy those little things, a little sponge, and you put the strawberries with the syrup on it and whipped cream, and oh my god. Yeah. Those were my favorite growing up, and I still love strawberry shortcake today. We usually buy an angel food cake and do it.
Right, I like it that way. Yeah, I've never actually had it with a biscuit, I can't say.
No, me either. I haven't had it with biscuit, but I'm open to trying it because I love strawberries. Are one of my favorite fruits. I'm a berry guy. I don't know about you, but I like berries. Anyway, moving on. So tell us a little bit about the topic today, a little bit of story and background into your history here.
Yeah, it's just simply like, there's so many bakeries out there. It's interesting when you look through the list here, you maybe have heard about them or seen them or tried them, but you didn't realize maybe they're unique to Canada. Maybe there's maybe now after you see this, you'll think like if you see a bakery maybe that specializes in it, it's unique to Canada, and that's maybe why, or you haven't tried it, you want to try it. So yeah, it's kind of cool. There's Canada's unique things. It's neat to learn about.
That's right. And we get all these bakeries popping up, a European bakery or patisserie or what have you, things from France and other places across the pond, as we call it. But what's unique to Canada, we're going to get into it right now. So we're talking about these 10 things. Number one is the Nanaimo Bar. So tell us a little bit about the Nanaimo Bar.
Yeah, the Nanaimo Bar, that's maybe one. It's probably the most common on here, that are one of the ones that everybody's tried, everybody knows about. It is iconic to Canada. The earliest recipe, I guess, was published back in 1953, so it goes back a ways. Unique dessert. Nanaimo, BC, that's where it originated, so that's where it got its name. Yeah, it's unique. It's good, and there's different versions of it too, different flavors. They give me mint now, and some different things. So yeah, I like it.
You like Nanaimo bars? Yeah.
I definitely.
Myself, I'm not a big fan of Nanaimo bars. I don't know why. They look amazing, right? You look at them, they've got that crust bottom. I think is it coconut in it or something? Yeah. And then they've got that yellow layer with some kind of custardy stuff, and then chocolate on top, and they look amazing. But they're just too sweet for me. I just can't do it. I have like half of one. I'm like, I should like this because it's Canadian, but when I don't, it's kind of like hockey. I don't care. I just don't care, right? But the next going on from there, number two. Maybe tell us in the comments below if you like Nanaimo bars, if it's a thumbs up, thumbs down. Let us know what's going on with the Nanaimo bars for you, and look at some recipes, and maybe I can be convinced to try them again.
Yeah.
But they're just not my favorite. But he loves them because he's a sweet guy. All right, so next, the butter tart. The butter tart. So that's a Canadian thing?
I guess
Or
so.
maybe it's a top dessert for Canada. So let's talk about the butter tart.
Yeah, so the butter tart goes back. They always try to find a published recipe. It dates back to the 1900s. It's very popular in the East, you know, just like other things. But they say they've been making butter tarts probably well before that. Just couldn't find a published recipe. It's very popular.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's probably another one that a lot of people have tried. My mom makes butter tarts. As some people use different raisins or pecans.
Oh, that's a big thing. Raisins or no raisins? Raisins or no raisins? I like them without raisins.
Without?
I like without raisins. How about you? Do you like with raisins or without raisins? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you care?
I'll just say that I do because that's what my mom makes.
Okay,
right.
right.
So,
Love you, Mom. Okay, so number 3, something you may or may not have heard of, flapper pie. What is the deal with flapper pie?
So flapper pie was, it came about in the 1920s. It was in that period of time, it was easy to make, quick, easy, and come from the prairies. So sometimes you didn't have a lot back in those days. So yeah, it was a easy, simple dessert to make. Maybe when the guys come in from working, you can whip it together and make something for dessert quick.
Yeah, and I was looking up flapper pie today, and I think it would be something that I would definitely go for. Graham cracker crust that has like a custard filling with meringue on top.
Yeah.
I think I would eat the heck out of that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that
Anybody
one
have
would
a
be
flapper
good.
pie? I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
For science. Okay, so next, this one, the first time I heard of it was today. Okay, we're talking about the blueberry grunt. Sounds like a blueberry is having a problem, but what is a blueberry grunt?
The blueberry grunt is really basic. Just take blueberries, put them in a saucepan and boil them for a bit, make it into kind of a sauce. And then you just stick something on top. They get more fancier now with the recipes, put it in the oven and bake it. But the genesis, the basics of it, was really simple. Just take blueberries, boil them, and take a biscuit or something and put it on top. That was how it came. It dates really far back. This goes back to the 1700s. The early settlers that came, the French. It's very popular in the East because that's really settled, and that's where it was. That's where it was created.
And I can tell you for a fact that I would eat the heck out of blueberry grunts, because blueberry is one of my favorite fruits. Berries. Is a berry a fruit? I think berries are fruit.
Oh yeah.
I love berries. Blueberry is one of my favorites. And I looked at some recipes this morning for this blueberry grunt, and it looks amazing. Because the biscuit part takes care of the not so sweet.
Right.
And then the blueberries adds that little bit of sweet, little bit of tang, and the blueberry flavor. I think anybody has a blueberry grunt, this fat kid will give it a whirl. Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. All right. So next thing, another one I've never heard of: poor man's pudding. Poor man's pudding.
Yeah. And you can guess, like, poor man's pudding. It came about in the 30s. In the Depression. They actually, female factory workers in Quebec came up with it. Just taking bread, old bread, and putting the sugar on it. What do you call it? Like liquid sugar. And just making it into a kind of like a bread pudding, I guess. And it's famous to Canada.
Yeah, and we're not talking like Jello pudding. We're talking more along like English style pudding.
Right.
I think it'd be tasty.
I think it would be. I mean, I think so too. I haven't had it, but I'd like to try it.
Yeah. So all these things that we're discovering and we're gonna try, and we might have one day at Fuzion Bakery. You never know.
Some version of it for sure.
Yeah. Next, Saskatoon Berry Pie. This is hands down something I think everyone in Canada must have tried at least once.
You would think so. Maybe there's folks. I don't know if Saskatoons grow as like out on the East Coast. Maybe there's a chance they don't have them out there. They haven't tried it, but certainly in where we are, I think everybody has Saskatoon Berry Pie, really good. The native, we actually grew up with a Saskatoon patch on the farm, so a lot of Saskatoons.
Lots of Saskatoons. Good fiber in Saskatoons. Just saying. It looks like a blueberry pie. Does not taste like a blueberry pie, but it has its own unique flavor to it, and I think depending on the year and how juicy the Saskatoons are determines what your pie is going to taste like. But still good, still delicious, and it's all natural, great ingredients from right here in Canada. Love it. Next one is Tiger ice cream. Who's had Tiger ice cream? I've had Tiger ice cream before. Have you had Tiger ice cream?
I have had Tiger ice cream, not for a while. I actually haven't seen it around, or maybe I haven't looked too hard, but as a kid for sure I ate Tiger ice cream, and putting this list together I didn't realize it was really rare outside of Canada. So back in the 50s they came up with Tiger ice cream, the three flavors, put it together and made it into something unique to Canada. Yeah,
so Tiger ice cream has a combination of orange ice cream and black licorice ice cream. You said 3. Do they sometimes come with vanilla in there?
I thought so. I thought I had it with vanilla. Maybe I'm wrong, but
maybe you're wrong.
Maybe that was something
I remember having orange and black licorice combined together. It looks like a tiger. It's delicious. You should give it a try. If you're not into black licorice, really sweet black licorice in Tiger ice cream, and mixed with the orange and the cream, it's good. Just give it a try. Even just take a little spoon scooper and give it a whirl. It's really good.
That's definitely something we might have a play off of in the bakery, some form of Tiger ice cream donut or something. Let's see.
Whoa, I'm in. Okay, next. This one sounds ridiculous. Right?
In a way, yeah.
This is something that Willy Wonka must have grew up on. It's called sugar pie. So tell us a little bit about sugar pie.
Sugar pie, of course, down east, that's where it was created, and it's unique in Canada in a way that you might use brown sugar normally, but the settlers couldn't get brown sugar, so they had a lot of maple syrup. So there we go. They created a pie with maple syrup called the sugar pie. And it's very popular down east. I haven't found it too much out here. I haven't actually even tried it. So next time I'm down east, I'll have to get some authentic
sugar pie. Give it a go and see what happens. And then also bring insulin with you. It's sugar pie.
Yeah, it sounds like it should be a pretty sweet dose of dessert.
It probably sounds more worse than it is because sugar's right in the name. Most of the time we eat sugar, it's hidden in something else, and we kind of say, I'm not eating lots of sugar, when everything we buy on the store shelf has sugar in it. FYI, so that's why we're all, except for Tanner here, fat. So there's that. Next one. This one, hands down, I think it is an iconic dessert you have at a fair or a food truck now that food trucks are a thing. The Beaver Tail.
The Beaver Tail, just take the dough, get it flat, put it into a kind of a circular long shape, and deep fry it. Trademarked in Ontario in 1978, so been almost over 40 years Canadians have been enjoying the Beaver Tail. So they're cool. They have a lot of different things they do with them now. They fry them and then they put them in this cinnamon sugar. They put different toppings on them, s'mores, and you can get pretty creative with them.
There's anything that you can put on a dessert, you can now get on a Beaver Tail. If you see one of the iconic Beaver Tail outlets, then you can go there. You can get ones with strawberry shortcake Beaver Tail. You can get a bananas and chocolate and peanut butter Beaver Tail. You can get kind of any type of Beaver Tail that you want. For people in America, if you're watching this, a Beaver Tail, I would liken it to something like a funnel cake-ish idea, because funnel cake you usually get it on a big plate and they put all kinds of toppings on top of it. Beaver Tail is similar, it's just different shape, dough's a little bit different, but still deep fried, fatty fun, and lots of sweetness on it, and kids love it, adults love it, everybody loves the Beaver Tail. So the last one here goes back to, I looked it up this morning, I did some research before here, when Scottish people came to Canada and introduced it to Indigenous people here in Canada, sweet Bannock. So
Bannock.
tell us a little bit about Bannock.
Yeah, so the Native American staple kind of, it's nice because it's really versatile. You can use different doughs or different flours in the dough. So it was easy to transport. You know, the ingredients. The Native Americans moving around a lot, and they could easily just carry the dry ingredients or find what they needed and whip some bannock together. So yeah, just basically bread that's fried. You know, bread dough that's fried. Wrap it around sticks. I remember camping.
Yeah.
We'd wrap it around sticks, kind of fried over the fire, and then fill it up maybe with jam or something and eat it. So yeah, it's really good. It's a little bit different dough, but it's really good.
Very simple dough, not a rising dough. Very simple, but it is still very tasty. Fry bread, look it up. It's a thing. Indigenous people love it. It's part of their heritage, their culture now, and just love it. It's tasty stuff. You can get bannock burgers. There's places.
I had a bannock taco the other day.
Bannock tacos.
Stampede. So
it's a versatile food transport system.
Yeah.
So if you haven't tried it, try some bannock somewhere. You'll be glad you did. Okay, so that's it for our video today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications when a new video comes out, and we'll be glad to share that with you. So thank you so much, Tanner, for sharing with us today, and we will catch you guys on the next video.
See ya.